Let there be peace and love among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace, let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar, Namaskar, welcome. We are going to speak today on effort and non-effort. Yes, many people are laughing. They want effort. Our activity and silence are straightway yoga and knowledge. Inquiry or complete activity. So both are effective to win freedom. So one is called, briefly I will see, then I will take up each subject separately. One is called, and we have sages, realized sages, belonging to both of these categories. One is called, in Sanskrit terms, Ajgar Vritti, Avadhutas belonging to, Ajgar means python. Python doesn't hunt for its food, as you may have seen. It's a very long snake, very high, very thick. So it stays where it is lying. The food, the rabbits and other things itself come it's in its mouth. So I inquired how it happens. It says that it pulls the food through the eyes. I saw one python like this thing, therefore I made inquiries how it happened, because while going in the forest road, one python was lying across the road, and then I was driving a jeep and I didn't like to run over it. It occupied the whole road. So I was waiting some help. I could not remove it. Some other trucks came with the drivers and conductors. So 4, 5, 6 people collected and they wanted to take away. I said, no, I am in this forest and this forest belongs to me. You can't take away my animals from this forest. You are taking wood, you take wood. Not this thing. So they helped me to put it and kept aside and ate from the tail end. It was there. So I made inquiries how the food comes to him. It was very long, so maybe 30 feet and quite 1 feet high. So they said it attracts by eyes itself, the food comes itself in the mouth. So Ajgar Vritti, you have not to move, means not to stir a thought. So to this category, quite few people belong to, like Avadhuta, Dattatreya, Sukha, they belong. So presently I can attribute my own guru belong to this. He didn't speak, he didn't move. When he left his house, he was a student. From house he was moving and going to school. On the way something happened and he found light. He did never return to school, nor did he go to house. He came to Tiruvannamalai or Arunachal and stayed there until he died finally in 1950s. So all the time he lived there. He didn't move anywhere. And the world went to him. World was attracted to him as a python. he attracted the world. So this was on one side. On the other side, extreme activity was there. People extremely active, like Shankara. Active, very active. From the age of 11, he has completed his school, completed his study, and he could debate very well. Other, Buddha himself, very active up to the end. Bodhidharma went around the world and spread this dharma all around, and many other people like this thing. Extreme activity, so freedom can be won. So let us deal with yoga first. Activity. So yoga begins not straightway sitting in meditation. It will not work. Closing eyes, sitting cross-legged and meditate. It needs some qualities from your side and you have to go through. And they are yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, then dharana, dhyan, samadhi, nirvikal samadhi, savikal samadhi, and then you transcend to Turiya state. You see, like this you have to move. So without yam, niyam means inner purification, external purification. How can you meditate? How can you sit unless you have gone through the purities? Your mind is disturbed. That's why they say when we meditate, our mind goes because you have not sat with the teacher. You have to spend some time and learn how to purify the mind, inner, outside. Inner purification, then external purification. You begin here. Yam niyam. Then you have to sit any posture, half lotus, full lotus, and then there are other asanas also, but one of these two is necessary. That one asana is for 45 minutes at least. You have not to change your asana, one asana, whether it is half lotus or full lotus. So this is called asana. Now you begin with activity, asana. Then pranayama, double attack on the mind. When the breath and mind, they begin from the same source. When the mind is controlled, the prana is controlled. When the prana is controlled, the mind is controlled. So this is activity. So this prana has to be controlled, means pranayama. So they are of different qualities. So then after pranayama comes dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. Immediately the people sit in meditation and close the eyes. Therefore your mind runs back here, there. First of all, you have to learn purities. Purity means you have to give up all bad habits, bad society. Purity, inside, outside. Means not to speak lies, inside purity. Outside purity is not to do anything bad habit that disturbs your mind or disturbs your body or disturbs your breathing, etc. Then straight road is there for you. Then only you can meditate. So this is yoga is activity, and then you can go on and attain samadhi. So in samadhi also you can have freedom. You can enter into samadhi, and samadhi will lead you to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And Nirvikalpa Samadhi, when it comes, you will find yourself that you are millions of miles away. In this you will have a feeling that you are millions of miles away from where you started your meditation, means this universe. And you are in some other very beautiful universe. And in that place you see different kind of people, very nice people of the same category who have arrived in this place, are established in same kind of. So that is a different kind of satsang, again satsang. From there, again you have to jump in some other kind of samadhi that is not told. Only Nirvikalpa Samadhi is told in the books. So according to experience, that has to be rejected also for freedom. This also not freedom, concept only. So after this long process, staying there, from there also, because this is mind also. If you cannot do it here, through inquiry, but very few can do it. Then you have to follow this activity, extreme activity you have to do it. And then it will take generations. And then from there, you will arrive at a place. If you don't do it in this universe, then you can do through yoga from that situation, and you will not return back. And this body, wherever, it will disappear into the five elements itself, disintegrate itself, because Kabir's body was disintegrated like this, and Nanak's also, and Acharya's also, and it is believed that Gyaneshwar's body also was like this, but nobody knows because he simply entered into the cave and didn't come out. So quite a few have disappeared like this thing. So this is one part of activity. So other part is that you are not to stir a thought like a python, or we call it in Kabir's words, Sahaja Sthiti. So these few saints are there, and they may be available here, there. They are not known because in one case it's heard one king was going on a palanquin to a forest resort, and palanquin is carried in India. I don't think this is a custom in Europe. In Europe I don't see palanquin carried by 4 people. The king is carried on the shoulders, and then he is carried for sightseeing into the forests. And lately Maharajas also were doing like this thing, and now it is stopped. Except in cases of some Mahatmas you might see in the Kumbh, if you have attended some Kumbh Melas, Ardh Kumbh Melas and full Kumbh Melas, you can still see the Mahatmas are carried in the palanquins by their students. So this king was going, and the king was saying, my palanquin is not going smoothly. So he cautioned the carriers, and they said, one of us is sick. He cannot walk, therefore the palanquin is not in balance. Then he said, Okay, you look around some other man. So they found one man, he was just like a lunatic going, and they got hold of him and brought him because he is the king and they are the security man of the king, and they brought him and put him in the same place, and this man who was sick was allowed to go back. So this man, also his behavior was the same as a sick man, no better. So his feet are not straight also. He is going also like a mad elephant, here, there, you see. Again the king says, what has happened now? He is a new recruit. And he says, sir, we tell him to walk straight, he doesn't. Then the king himself said, who are you? Who are you? Then he says, it's a very difficult question that you asked, and you have to, you wait, you get down, I will tell you. And I ask you, who are you first of all? Who are you? And the king said, I am the king. And you are a worker, laborer, carrier. That's all right. I am the king and you are the worker who is carrying me. But what is this I am? So he said, I am the one in the palanquin and you are the one who is carrying me. Okay, then what is this me who's being carried? So king is very much disturbed for the first time in his life. This lunatic, this insane person is asking so many questions. So he got down. He said, that's all right. What do you say by up and down, me and you, I and this? What do you mean by that? King for the first time was baffled, you see. He looked at him. And he was going to have a forest walk into the forest. Look what happened on the way. And instantly something happened to the king. He found the me and the questioner and the I am itself. When this man looked directly into his eyes, he touched his feet and put him into the palanquin and carried him. This is how it happened. So this is the one we are speaking about. Ajgar Vritti means complete effortlessness and absolute effort, like yoga. Engage your mind always in meditation, wherever you are. Other one, become so lazy, that's another metric. Become so lazy like a python. Don't give rise even to a thought. Do as you like. Become so lazy. Lazy man doesn't do anything, you see. You don't have even stamina even to think. That much you may become lazy. So their address also addressed. You have to be extreme laziest person, or even every wise man becomes lazy inside. He may be outside very active. His mind is not active, see. But if you want to keep the mind active, keep it active all the time so that it has no time to think of the past nor future. So keep your mind engaged to look at the source. Let the mind confront the source. Let the mind stand in front of the Atman and see the reflection of the mind itself. So these are two ways prescribed. So it may suit any one of you that you have to pick up yourself and see. So few people don't want to waste their time in activity, they want to keep quiet. For them, inquiry is prescribed. Just inquire and see how it works. And it is working very well in some cases.